Welcome to the RIP 28 podcast. The RIP 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends can get together and we can talk about a few things. Some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking here on the RIP 28 podcast. I am your humble host, Slaughter Sports Guy, joined by a couple of my good friends. We'll start off in the top left over there, C. Nez. What's going on, C. Nez?
What's going on, people? C-Nez in the building again and again, like I always am. Hey, just ready to chop it up and talk with my peoples. Let's get it going.
All right, down on the other side, the educator. What's going on, LBZ?
What up, man? It's Beezy the Great, the educator's educator. Just here to educate you on a few things today. Let's get it.
And then down on the other corner, the one and only, the Salt Man. Salt, holla at me.
I'm gonna have to get off mute.
Gotta take the mute off, man.
It's your man, Salt. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. It's your man, Salt. Represent 29210 Pine Valley, where you at? Just ready to get into another episode with the fellas and lady.
Oh, speaking of lady, we brought her back. We're gonna bring her back one more time, one more again, the one and only Miss Shauna C. How you doing over there, good looking?
What up? It's Dot in the building.
Shauna got the hat on. Who she look like with the hat on? I don't know. Bootleg detective or something. I don't know.
Look, if they were paying me money, I would shout them out, but they're not. So there's that.
I got you.
So she look like she would send somebody to jail.
I see everybody sipping in their hand, man. They holding up their glasses, man. I went old school, man. I got me a little bit of Paul Masson.
This man drinking Paul Masson in a wine glass.
Hey, man, you gotta get it how you get it, bro.
As an adult.
Somebody gotta wash dishes. I don't wash dishes over here.
Oh, man.
Hey, he drink his apple juice and everything.
Hey, everything. It don't matter. It don't matter. Why buy all them extra glasses?
I just bought a.
Man's got the red solo.
That's all I
Double
get.
up.
Yeah,
you got the double up red.
You got that lean. You know, when you double up.
Absolute vacuum. Just going back to my regular.
You about ready to fight somebody after the show, drinking on that absolute. You ready?
For sure.
What you sipping on down there, Bron?
Man, I got a little Patron and lemonade, man. Little Patron and lemonade on my alien type thing.
I hear you. What about you, Salt?
You know I like that strong stuff. Just got a little peach iced tea over here. You know what I mean?
Sean,
on the rocks.
What you sipping on, Sean?
I got some Uncle Nearest 1856. Gotta go with a little bit of ginger ale.
Tell us something about that.
What's Uncle Nearest?
So Uncle
That's some
Nearest
slavery times, ain't it?
Is a whiskey that's now brewed by a black woman, the only black woman-owned distillery. And Uncle Nearest is actually the slave that taught Jack Daniels how to brew his whiskey. And within the past 5 years, she found his story, told it, and now Jack Daniels' company actually gave credit to Uncle Nearest as the person who gave him his formula and his method for brewing, and they started distilling their own whiskey. So
that's what's up right there.
Hey, I'm supposed to be the educator, and she educating us already on that Black History. Right?
You're welcome.
Tomorrow
is February 1st, so it's
That's
Black History Month. There it is.
I'm taking that story to school, and it's gonna be mine, and you're not gonna tell nobody.
And you won't say yo. I won't tell yo.
That's it. I'm with
it. Go buy that liquor, huh?
Not the kids. Come on.
You said you taking it to school. That's what threw me off. Y'all teach different shit at your school.
Hey,
Hey, y'all,
Public school.
wait a minute. Y'all do realize with the kids there has to be adults, right? Y'all do realize that.
Yeah,
Y'all don't go to
that ain't what you
y'all don't go to
said.
school.
Ain't
Y'all
what you
y'all
said.
ain't never really go to school. Y'all ain't really go to school anyway.
Nah,
I know Sylvester didn't go.
I showed up during football season.
That was it. Friday night, baby.
That's all. That's the only time I needed to show up was doing football season. After that,
Yeah.
everything else was extra, man. Everything else was extra.
Hey, it
Oh,
didn't
that's
matter
cool.
after
Every
that,
day.
ain't
Yeah, it ain't matter, man. It ain't.
because it didn't reflect in your grades.
Hey, just think if I ain't go to school like Sly didn't, I wouldn't have graduated. So I had to go every day.
Well, you was a good football player, so that's gonna make sure you at least pass.
Yeah, they'll make a way for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make that change.
Hey, and you had a good family, so we looked out for you, man. We looked out for you.
Man,
I
see,
appreciate it. I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for you guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Very sarcastically speaking.
oh man,
Who?
sarcastically.
Me?
That's what
Hey man,
Sarcastic? Never.
you know what's while we sitting up here doing all this talking, man, we still gotta let the people know. We gotta let all the people know out there. We love how you guys are following, subscribing, all of that stuff, man. You know, joining our platform. Our numbers are going up, man. We appreciate that, but we won't let everybody know if you're listening, you're watching, man. We on Apple Podcasts, what's that? iTunes, Spotify, Podbay, YouTube, Facebook, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Twitter, Instagram. We are all over the place, man. All you need to do is just click on any of them things. Make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you subscribe so we can keep these numbers going up, man.
wherever you listen to your podcast.
Yeah, wherever you listen to your podcast at, you want to make sure that you check us out, man. Man, we got a lot of things going on this week, man. A lot of stuff we want to talk about this week, man. Kind of hate to bring it down a little bit, but we'll start off, man. One of the big things that happened, especially in Atlanta, Hank Aaron passed away, and then Cicely Tyson passed away. You know,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. all-time leading. Well, second, you know, I guess Barry Bonds is the record holder, but in my book, Hank Aaron all-time home run.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's crazy. You think about these two people, man. They was really, 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 really like big time, you know, front runners out in the black community. This thing about Sister Tyson being a black woman actress that time when they grew up, man. You know, that was hard to do. You had to be 15 times better than that white person trying to get that role. And then Hank Aaron, same thing. You know, I want to say he played in the Negro Leagues also, right?
yeah, that's how he got his start, man. He got his start.
Yeah, it's like he had to do all that. He broke the record in the major leagues, having to spend some of his career in the Negro Leagues with them numbers didn't count. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then I'm sure he got treated bad when they went, you know, to different cities and stuff, man. It's just amazing how strong both of them were, you know, just to persevere and get through that, just, you know, so we can have people to look at like that.
Well,
Listen,
Chance,
man.
remember, as of a couple of weeks ago, the Major League Baseball added the Negro League stats to their stats. So Hank Aaron's numbers went up because MLB said we're gonna add the Negro League stats to
Really?
out.
I did not know that.
Well,
Yeah.
nah, that's kind of tricky because what they did, they acknowledge the Negro League stats. They not adding the stats to your final count. So they acknowledge. So that's some bullshit white folk do.
That part.
But think about what Hank Aaron, me growing up being a African American male playing baseball, he was one of the guys that, you know, laid the foundation. That was one of the first black baseball players I ever learned about. him and Jackie Robinson,
Yeah.
and just giving us the opportunity to even compete on that level with our white counterparts was amazing. Just think about in Cicely Tyson what she did not only for black people but for black women, giving them a voice and putting putting them in positions that they are in today. But think about Hank Aaron growing up in the deep south. Think about what he went through.
Mm.
Could you imagine going through that and still going out there hitting almost 800 home runs, still being the great father he is, still being on the front line for social justice and equality? Man, that's hard. It was hard going to 4 classes a day trying to go and play sports. So I know somebody calling you out your name and your family feeling the pressure, man, that's got to be tough, man. And I'm thankful for what he did and providing opportunity for not only me but those like me, black and brown people as well.
You know what I found fascinating about Hank Aaron is that they say, and he said this in documented interviews, that he saved all of these letters that he got that were from white people who were racist. They were calling him all sorts of names. He saved all of those letters that he got, and that's what fueled him, right? So imagine you get a letter, and one of them, I was listening to this interview, and it was like, hey, Mr. N-word. So they were polite. They called him Mr., right? So, hey, Mr. N-word, you're going to break Babe Ruth's records. You're this and you're that. He kept all of these letters. And up until his death, he had all of them and said, you know what? I'm not going to let these people stop me from walking in my greatness. Like that, to me, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's hard though. You just laid out some stuff. Somebody is calling you, hey, Mr. N-word. Like you said, they did give him the courtesy of saying Mr. But
right?
Just going through that in the not only the pressure he felt, but think about his family. They gotta wonder if he go to this game or go to this road trip, is he coming back? Is he gonna be impaired somehow? That's tough, man. But like I said earlier, I'm thankful because it gave me the opportunity to do some of the things I did and was able to do and get a college education. So for that, Mr. Aaron and Mrs. Tyson, I'm really grateful and I'm appreciative.
The other thing about Cicely Tyson, sorry, Mike. The other thing about her that just is so amazing for me is that she was so intentional about the roles that she took and played.
Yeah.
So she refused to take roles that placed her in that stereotypical, Black, I'm a sex goddess and I'm this. Her intentions was, if I'm going to be an actress, I'm gonna do roles that uplift my people and that are positive and that represent everything I want to represent. And to me, it says a lot because it wasn't about just chasing the check. It was, I want to represent me and my family and my people, and I want to represent us well. And a lot of times, people that either don't have the luxury of doing that because they hard up for money, or they choose not to do it. So that's so noble to me that she was intentional about the roles that she took and how she represented Black women.
It's interesting. You're talking about roles that women take and being overly sexy and stuff like that. I kind of want to jump into something else that's kind of been going around the internet. It's been a post from somebody posted a meme about Whoopi Goldberg, and it said Whoopi was never ugly. Society told you she was, and they showed some early 80s pictures of Whoopi, and Whoopi don't look that bad. Whoopi looked rather good. Whoopi looked rather good. So that was interesting that you kind of brought up being an actress and the way you portrayed or how you portrayed. And I know last week we did this, or 2 weeks ago we did the post on the top 10 most beautiful women in Hollywood. But seeing this meme about Whoopi, what y'all think about Whoopi? What y'all think?
I wouldn't say what I think about Whoopi. I'll say what I think about society.
Yeah.
Society can paint a picture of what they want your perception or your reality to be. So you have, like Shauna was saying earlier, you have to definitely be careful in some of the things you do and some of the roles you take, because you can be painted as such as she did and when she was in Color Purple.
Yep.
So they took that and they ran with it. Oh, ugly Whoopi. And that became what stuck with her. I always said I liked her. Now, I mean, she got some black lips. But other than that, Whoopi ain't bad. Whoopi ain't bad. Whoopi ain't bad. I always said that.
Burn them trees.
Yeah, she don't do nothing but burn them trees, and I ain't mad at her. You gotta stay sane. Hey, to be called ugly as many times as Whoopi been called, you gotta stay sane, and that was her thing. But on a serious note, man, just society. It ain't about Whoopi. It's just about what society wants you to see.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's part of that narrative, black versus light skin. Black versus light skin. That goes back to that narrative, back to even the slave days, how they pitted us against each other. So, that's what I'll say. It says more about society than it does about Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
She was just in the forefront, so she got the brunt of the jokes and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I mean, Whoopi is a beautiful woman, just like it's a lot of beautiful women out here. They remind me of somebody who probably could be in my family or something. And
definitely.
Not say that they ugly, you know what I mean? I think they beautiful as well, you know what I mean? But these I guess on the screen, and you get to see her every day, and you know how that goes. People critique everything that you do when you're famous, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with her. And I sent that picture to the group. I was like, this is society. Somebody wanted to say, hey, black women, the dark-skinned woman ain't beautiful, and that is definitely not true. And then
that's right.
If you get enough people to say it, then it's a reality, you know what I mean?
Hey, let the crowd know, let the audience know Mike is not mute. Mike can talk.
Yeah, I'm just listening. Y'all making some good points, and really it's kind of making me think. Shauna made the point about Cicely, Tyson, walking in integrity, and talking about Whoopi. If you think about it, these women have been successful for decades. It's not like, you see them for a few years and then you never heard of them. Then you hear about, you try to say, hey, what happened to this person? These women have basically walked in integrity, did their own thing, and, it made them successful for decades. So, yeah, and as long as I can remember, Whoopi had her dreads back in the day when it wasn't necessarily popular. And, she didn't necessarily try to change her look or anything when she got criticized. So, I mean, I commend her for that.
It's interesting you're talking about walking in integrity and, having a certain sense about yourself, because now that kind of wants me to lead to something else, man. On the other side, what's integrity if you're getting a check? You know what I'm saying? You might be getting a little bit of money, because I saw something that blew my mind on the internet, man. I wanna try to play it real quick for you. It's this chick named Persephone. She's a internet model or whatever you want to call it.
I made 6 figures.
And here we go.
So that was really cool.
You made 6 figures in your birthday month?
Yes. The first month I made 5 figures. I haven't made less than 5 figures since.
Hold up. So what kind of content were you putting on Patreon to make 5 figures a month?
So I was just putting like sexier stuff on there that would get removed from Instagram. Not really showing much. And I knew what the followers, what the fans wanted, because it kept insisting, we want to see more. And so for my birthday this year, I decided to join OnlyFans.
You started Patreon and you were making 5 figures. Then you started OnlyFans on your birthday. And when people say that for us, like, oh, it's my birthday, on my birthday, you have to ask when their birthday is.
Yeah.
So when you
I'm gonna stop that right there, man. What y'all? That blew my mind.
So I started.
I knew they was making some money off of this OnlyFans stuff, but this chick said she made 6 figures in 1 month, bro. 1 month off of OnlyFans. I'm doing the wrong thing, bro.
Hey, we talked about this earlier. I just made me an account. Now, hey, if it don't make 6 figures, if I can make 800 or something, then I'm good.
Yeah, let me make a couple hundred. I'll be happy.
Hey, that's crazy, man. I mean, she said she posted sexier pictures and she made 5 figures, no less than 5 figures. Man, I just think about I wasted my college education.
That part.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm so confused by this. Like, what? And I've never been on OnlyFans. So what are they paying to? Oh, they're paying to see that. Okay.
Well, this is her Instagram page. Persephone. That's her
so
name.
why do I need to pay for the OnlyFans then if I can see that on Instagram?
Because they're gonna pay for it. They want to see it.
My thing is,
man, she's showing everything, Mike.
What's left to show?
She better be doing a whole lot more on OnlyFans. What I'm guessing, now this would be a guess, man. I'm guessing the OnlyFans is more of a video thing. She must be doing videos and, man, yeah, she got to be naked. You know what I'm saying?
It must be nipples up in there. It's got to be nipples.
I don't get it though, man. Like,
not Mike Salter nipples.
You can go look at all this stuff for free. You can look at any of this.
Pay me. You got to pay me, boy.
He's like,
no attention. I'll pay you no attention. My goodness, son. I'm sorry, Chance. I apologize.
I'm like, you can look at this stuff for free on, it's all kind of porn websites and everything.
Where you go, Chance? Where you go?
Is there
Don't tell on stuff now.
Tell us, Chance. What are the free porn sites?
Yeah, Chance. Where?
You got Pornhub. You got XX. Something. But that's until I can think of off the top of my head. But not saying that I'm a frequent user, but I know where they at.
I know where to find them.
Yeah, break glass in case of emergency. You know what I'm saying? But here's the crazy thing, man. I sitting there and I'm trying to figure in my head, how is she making this money? How can you make 6 figures? But I looked at her page and it said she has 700,000 followers. Now, what if she does this OnlyFans? Because OnlyFans is a subscription-based service. So, as if you have an OnlyFans page, you can charge whatever you want per month for your fans to watch. And now let's full disclosure about OnlyFans. It's not only about porn and about Instagram models. They have plenty of people who do OnlyFans, and they have like cooking shows and everything like that. And it was around long before I see what you. It was around.
I know all about it.
That's what I'm finna say, Tim. Boy, he is giving us the rundown.
What I give him, my job as a host is to research this thing, man. It's the research.
That same color I was talking about earlier, he getting hotter. Yeah, man. You yelling and saying a whole bunch of nothing. I just want to know who you're subscribing to, Slide. That's all I'm asking.
But here's my thing. When I was trying to figure out the money, I was trying to get to the bottom line, get to the money. Like, let's say she has 700,000 subscribers on Instagram. Now, if she charges $5 a month for a person, she don't even have to get all 700,000. She might mess around and just get, 100,000 people to say, fuck it, it ain't nothing but $5. I'm going to pay this $5. And boom, there you go.
It looked like you had the calculator down there below.
I'm like, wait, how much you making up here?
Hey, we can go ahead.
What can I put on OnlyFans is gonna get people to subscribe for $5 a month.
Hey, you need a manager. Let me be
Well,
your
here's the
Oh,
thing.
here we go.
Thing.
They
I
lying, got their face.
begrudge anybody making money how they feel like they need to make money. I don't begrudge anybody from that. I don't knock people's hustle because everything ain't for everybody, right? So if she want to put her nips and slips and all of that stuff on the interwebs, that's on her. Good for her. That's not my jam. I'm not gonna do it. And it just I don't know that I know the dude that's gonna subscribe to that, but there clearly is an audience for that. So good on her. Good on her. If you got these
That's why the
suckers out
porn
here
image.
who want to pay to see you paint your nails, good on you.
Yeah,
Man,
that's why
they got some shit out there where this chick eats food. She eats like crab legs.
It's the what is it, ASMR? What is it?
I don't know. I just know that the chick eat crab legs, and she say she made like $1.6 million slurping crab legs.
It's the sensory. It's that sensory ASMR. So they want to hear like you slurping and licking and all of that. And she making making money hand over fist.
Hey, I've been saying this for a long time. There's a lot of weirdos and perverts out in this world. It is what, 2-3 billion people in the world. It got to be a percentage of these folks that's just crazy. They gonna pay for it, whatever.
Good on them.
You know what I mean?
It's an
Good
audience for everything.
like,
If you're willing to do it, it's an audience for everything. If you're willing to do it.
Absolutely.
If you're willing to do it, it's an audience, dog. There's no way. I don't care if it's just $5, $1. I'm not paying for that. What? Come on, bro.
Hey,
Come on.
But you have to your point, Bron, there's an audience, right?
Yeah.
You're not that person that needs somebody else to stimulate you or to get you to the point where like this is exciting. But there are people who, I live in this little box and I need this, and watching this woman eat king crab legs is gonna get me off. So this is what
you got folks who will pay to see somebody take a dump on the plate or something like that. They'll pay for it.
Okay.
It's crazy. I mean,
Well, I don't want to be a part of that audience.
Okay.
But I mean, like you say, Cobb, like you say, if they gonna pay for it, why not? If you're gonna watch me eat crab legs,
good on them.
For real.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I know you looking at it.
Got the hot sauce in that junk too.
They wanna watch this woman eat this mukbang.
My thing is, it ain't getting me horny. It's getting me hungry. That's my problem.
She got 1 million views, Sly. She has over 1 million views.
Almost 1.5 million.
Almost 1.5 million views.
That's a lot to see this lady. And I watched it and I was just waiting on a nipple or something to pop out, show some titties or something. I don't get it. Man. I'm thinking, is she talking dirty?
No, she eating crabs.
Like Chan say, and Shauna say, it's an audience out there for anything, man. You just got to be willing to do it. And
look, that thing says smacking noises, messy eating. Like that's what people are paying for, to hear you smack.
Bruh, she got
a lot of people with finishes out here.
She got 2 million followers. 2 million.
I'm not mad at her.
To do absolutely nothing.
Fetishes are real. Some people just gotta have that, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe I have no fetish, but I'm sure some people who do.
You know what?
A lot of people who do.
You know what? And like you said earlier, Chan, it's something for everybody. So it's something out there for everybody. I need to go and find the one weird freak group so I can make some money off of them.
Hey,
I know you can make a lot of money.
Hey, it's women out there that like chubby men. Take your shirt off.
Chubby chasers everywhere. It's chubby chasers everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, that's messed up.
Go ahead, Sly.
Hey, well y'all laugh, but y'all see me coming in here making 6 figures a month.
Now, look, I'm gonna say, let me hold something. Let me hold something.
Hey,
Sly.
I ain't mad at you. Let me hold
young.
something, bro. Hey, pay,
get out
hey, I ain't mad. Hey, pay.
But then I guess what you doing that though, you start to get you a willing fan club. You might get some groupies. Might get some groupies, and life will be real good for you out here in these streets.
Hey, it's a good
That's
reason
your
we
thing.
all ain't famous, man. It's a real good reason.
Look at it. You
Y'all
can't
went
handle
out-
it. Tish, you couldn't handle it.
Y'all went out there.
Couldn't handle it, Tish. You wouldn't know how to act. You wouldn't know how
I
to
could
act.
do it, but I don't know about these other guys.
I don't know, but man, if you was famous and had you some groupies, would you take care of your groupies, or would you end up kidnapping your groupies and drugging your groupies?
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Would you take care of them, or how would you treat your fans, man?
Oh, come on, Sly.
Don't put me in that category.
Oh, come on. Come on, Tiny. Come on, Tiny. I mean, come on, Sly.
First off, do y'all believe it? Do you believe what they say about T.I. and
Anything's possible.
I don't know, man. I got a hard time believing it, man. I got a hard time believing my man.
Why? Why do you have a hard time believing this, Sly?
Because what they saying from the stuff that I read, that T.I. and Tiny, they're taking the girls and they're giving them drugs and having threesomes and wild orgies and shit with them. But they famous. T.I. famous. How many bitches throwing their panties at T.I.? You know what I'm saying?
They said that about R. Kelly too, but apparently he was peeing on chicks. So anything's possible, man. I wouldn't get it past anybody.
Problem was the age of these chicks.
Listen, though.
They was willing, but he was
over age.
He was statutory. It was statutory rape.
What'd you say?
Well,
it was statutory rape. What he was.
I said some of them were of age, like maybe 20, 21.
But he wasn't.
And he still had them in the house.
But nobody was accusing him of drugging them and taking them and kidnapping them. You see what I'm saying?
What'd you say, Brian?
I'm gonna say this: if they got Uncle Bill for it, I can believe it. If they got Uncle Bill for it, I can believe it, man. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to put anything past people, man. Right. It's hard. It's crazy as stuff sound. Think about this. You wouldn't have thought about somebody taking bath salts and eating somebody's eyeballs out down in Florida either.
It happened.
Well, and the thing is, right, like we tend to look at where people are right now, right? And say, oh yeah, in 2021, Sly would never do this or that. But in 97, Sly could it's so easy for people who aren't in the situation to say, oh yeah, no, or oh yeah, for sure. But we're looking at the now, and we're looking at how you're an upstanding member of the community, you're a family man or family woman. But back in 97, Shawty, them streets was hot. You had whatever, and I don't know one way or the other, and I don't even have an opinion one way or the other. But it's so easy for people to jump on one side or the other based on where you are right now. And it's like, you got to think about, we're talking about a while ago. So it could be different.
Especially if they was a celebrity too. People give celebrities passes. They're so easy to,
for sure.
Say, no, they wouldn't do that. No, but they're people too. They're people too.
For sure.
Hey, to Shauna's point about Sly in 2021 compared to Sly in 97, it's a safe bet. In 1997, Sly was down with the shenanigans. But now the man that he is now, Sly the sports guy,
LeBron, without question, he was down for some tomfoolery. Without question.
I played with him and I love him to death. That's my big brother.
Look,
but I gotta say,
first of all, I usually don't do this, but keep on talking, LeBron. Keep on saying what you said. Finish your sentence. You know why? You can't
You know?
mute it.
Put that mute on.
Mute it. I
That's petty.
usually
That's
don't do
petty,
this.
Sly.
Hey,
That's
Sly,
pettiness.
I
Had
got you.
to mute him for
Hey.
besmirching my name. Besmirching my
Sly,
name.
look.
Good
The
again.
truth hurts, baby. The truth hurts.
You wouldn't
But
do that.
spell
I'm finna tell you something,
besmirched.
Sly. You talk
He
about
can't
that.
even spell besmirched.
I know. He barely pronounced it right. Talking about spell it. Hey, Sly, I'm gonna tell you something though. Speaking of your name, you remember, Chance, you remembered us when we used to go to Dutch Fork for 707?
Yeah.
And I used to ride with Sly. And we used to stop by that darn peach tree or plum tree up there. Headed back
Who
up.
you pick up, Brian? Who you pick up?
No, we ain't pick up nobody. We
These
used
are
to jump out
lies.
and go over there and get them damn plums off of that tree. And I went by there going to a game the other day, and the old people were standing out there. And the first thing I thought about was, boy, if me and Sly was up here now, we'll still be trying to get them damn peaches or plums or whatever it was on that tree. That's just a plan from the past. Talking about 97. I'm sorry.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I would never steal fruit out of somebody's yard.
We didn't steal it. We borrowed it.
There
We
you
gonna
go.
go back and plant another tree one day.
One day.
We just borrowed it.
One day. And for your information, Shauna, BESMIRCH.
Hey,
He Googled it. He looking at it now and Googled it. Yeah.
YF. Google is your friend.
I don't even know what y'all talking about. That was off the top of my head. That was freestyle. Freestyle.
He like this. For your information,
Hey, Sly, you forgot you got on glasses and we
smart.
can see through them. We can see your screen over there.
I know. We can
So-
see.
The lies
Busted.
that are being told about Sly, we can't handle this attack on my character.
what else you got, Sly? What else you got?
Hey,
So,
You
What else you got?
It's like you lying on people's good name, like they lying like the local hero. You know, it's a local hero out here in Gwinnett County. You got a local team accused of stealing damn near $1 million. $1 million from the Kroger. A Gwinnett teenager was arrested after authorities said he managed to steal nearly $1 million from the grocery store where he worked.
Hey,
First of all,
inside
my
job.
thing is, how do you steal $980,000 over a 2-week period in a grocery
Inside
store?
job. Inside job.
you sound
Somebody
like-
help that young man.
you
I'm
sound
a
like
hustler.
Dr.
I'm a hustler. I'm a
All right,
hustler.
Cassidy. All right, Cassidy.
You sound like Dr. Evil talking about $1 million.
Hey, Sly. Somebody help that young man. Ain't no way you an accountant or you in doing anything with finances. And in a 2-week period, you missing almost $1 million and it goes unnoticed.
No way.
That's the store management. There's
Come
no
on.
way.
Hey, the crazy part about that is I just moved to Gwinnett County 2 months ago.
Chance, you
Dude,
telling
the
too much.
program
You
that I
telling
go
too
to.
much. Hey, you telling too much. If you
You
was
go to the
in on it,
program
you
I go
telling
to.
too much.
Hey, and it's crazy. I ain't telling nothing. He didn't give me nothing. I wish I would have got a couple.
Hey, you ain't
So
gotta
you know
convince
him,
me.
Chance?
Hey, you ain't gotta convince
know
me. You
him?
gotta convince Gwinnett County Police.
For real.
I have done nothing wrong. Hey, but for real though, that is crazy, bro. Hey, like he didn't do this by himself, bro.
No.
It had to be the management involved in that as
Had
well.
to.
Somebody.
But you think about this, like who gets a car? You work at Kroger, bro. You can't be flossing and getting all this big boy stuff and thinking ain't nobody gonna notice that. You know what I'm saying? I think he got 2
Right.
cars. Like Sly said, it was 2 weeks he got that money, right?
It was 2 weeks he got the money, man. 2 weeks he got $980,000 in 2 weeks. They say Brown used the stolen money to buy 2 cars, clothes, guns, and new shoes.
Idiot.
Prior to his arrest, the team reportedly totaled a Chevrolet Camaro that he brought.
Idiot.
So you got enough cheese to buy 2 cars working at Kroger, and you think ain't nobody gonna be like, hey, something going on, something a little fishy around here.
And here go the red flag for me right here. They say Police said Brown, who they believe worked at the fuel center, stole the money while an employee tasked with flagging fraudulent transactions was on vacation for 2 weeks. So the person whose job it was to find out if you was stealing, they was on vacation.
Right. Sly, if $10 go missing out my account, I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Hey, listen. I had $220 today. It said I got $210, but I ain't spent no money. $980,000, man.
Bruh.
But you on vacation.
Hey, that's some shit. You got to call whoever the boss man calling your ass back in from vacation.
Yes, sir.
Didn't they say it was for returns or something?
Yeah, returns. My thing
who returns almost $100 million in 2-week period and get away? It doesn't get noticed. That's what gets me. I don't get that.
Walmart. This ain't Walmart.
This Kroger.
It's a growth. Who returns from
No,
a grocery store?
It's a gas station.
Who returns gas? $100 million worth.
Hey, no, Mike. They was returning chips. They was buying chips in bulk.
Chips and soda.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. That's even more ridiculous.
They had them salt and vinegars. They had them salt and vinegars on deck.
Yeah, they were stale, dog. Hey, but check this out. Dog, you can tell me a lot of stuff, and I ain't the smartest guy in the world.
True.
But if you tell,
we with you.
No,
you preaching now, boy. You preaching.
Go ahead, finish your point. You right, amen.
Hey,
but on the real, you can't tell me this ain't an inside job, dog. Yeah. $980,000 and you working at a fuel center?
And let 19-year-old finna take the charge and go to jail for.
Oh no, he ain't. Oh no,
the snitch coming out.
That thing. He might get 1 year. He gonna Tekashi 6ix9ine everybody, bro.
He about to tell on everybody.
Oh yeah. He finna tell on everybody that ever brought something back, everybody that knew, and that person that was on vacation for 2 weeks.
Everybody.
Hey, James Winston going to jail for them crab legs again and everything.
He going back, bro. He going back to get everybody.
Bro, he ain't finna take that kind of time. At 18 years old, bro, his mom and him already said, boy, you better start telling. You better tell.
One of the part of the article said he's returned some of the money and returned all the items that he brought.
He ain't returned that. Hey, he ain't turned that total lost Camaro.
Yeah. But I'm still confused though as to what can you buy from Kroger in 2 weeks that equal $1 million? Must return back to Kroger. What can you get from Kroger that equal $1 million?
He must have been on that fans only page.
He was buying high quality meat. High quality meats.
Hey, not from the
organic.
Gas station,
it was all
not
organic.
From the gas station.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing but chips, Slim Jim, cigars, cigarettes.
And don't say cigars. You got to say Black and Milds.
Yeah, you
all the flavors.
Right. Black and Mild.
All flavors.
That's crazy, dog. That person that was on vacation for 2 weeks, he or she is under investigation right now from Gwinnett County. I guarantee you.
They got
not.
My thing is, I think everybody from the top on down got to be under investigation, man. Everybody.
They finna go bankrupt, man.
Hey, I'm glad it's in my county because it's finna be some stuff on sale.
Look at the chance.
I'm like,
opportunists.
Niggas gon' nig.
Hey, y'all know, all y'all from Columbia, they shutting down the Walmart on Bush River. Man, all y'all folk from Apple Valley, Pine Valley, Bonnie Forest, Riverview Terrace, Broad River Terrace, they done went in there and tore open the packs of t-shirts, underwear, socks. They just tore it up. Nigs gon' nigs.
Nigs gon' nigs. Nigs gon' nigs.
Hey, you
gotta
going in
get
there
what you
looking
gotta
for a
get.
bag of t-shirts? Hey, you got to mix match your t-shirts. You got one white, one red, two blue. They call it the assorted pack.
I guess it's funny. I guess they mismatching the girls and the boys stuff too. I guess
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Nowadays, it don't matter.
They call it cis.
They call it metrosexual.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you bring, you know, you talk about the cis and trans and bringing all that up. You know, our final thing that kind of blew my mind this week was our New York Liberty from the WNBA, New York Liberty guard. I don't know if I'm saying Lashaya Clarington.
I'm gonna say Lasia.
I'm
gonna say Lasia.
Lasia Clarington. She went top surgery to remove her breast.
Wow.
To remove her breast. Now, they shit I just don't understand. So I don't talk about it because I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. But apparently she wanted to do that to show unity with the trans community. So I'm guessing she gay. I don't know. You know, shit, I don't know what.
You ain't no guessing of that. I mean, that ain't no mystery.
So, but I don't get why would she remove
Question though, how can she be in the WNBA if she's transgender now? So if she identifies as a male, then how can she participate in the Women's National Basketball Association?
But see, I don't know. You know, I don't know if she identifies as a male. See that's what I don't know. And see, to me, man, you know, fuck it, I ain't politically correct, man. Fuck all this identify as a male. You know, you bleed once a month, you still a girl. You know what I'm saying? Even the dudes who want to go and get a sex change, eventually they gonna have to get their prostate checked. I don't care how much. I don't care how much you say you a woman. Eventually, the doctor gonna tell you need to check your prostate out. You know, so you can claim to be whatever you want to be, whatever make you feel good.
Hey, slide at 6 appointments for that prostate check. Like that.
That don't feel right. I think I need to come in for a prosthetic now.
He like, you sure ain't nothing wrong.
Hey, Chance saw the Shauna. Only thing I'll say about that article is, it's like you need to check the doctor that she went to, and maybe you can have the same surgery. You can get yours removed.
Oh no!
Wow. LeBron asking for the mute button, dog.
In the words of Donkey, you cut me deep, Shrek.
I want me to pull out this mute button.
Hey, Sly, on that case, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm sorry.
Go sit his ass in the corner some way, man. But the reason I kind of, you know, that happened last week, and I kind of brought that up because now Shauna brought up an interesting point. If she identifies as a male, can she play in the WNBA? And how long before someone says, you know, I identify as a woman, I want to be in the WNBA? Because what's happening, you get a lot in some high school, I think it's in Maine or something like that. It's this the chick run track. A dude, I don't know what the fuck you call him. It is a dude who was born a dude. He run track, and he wasn't very good on the boys' track team. I mean, he wasn't good at all. You know, he ain't placed or nothing on the boys' track team, but he had some, you know, I guess internal feelings. He thought he was a girl, so he decided to identify as a girl, and now he runs with the girls, and he done broke every damn record out there. He done broke every female record. He #1 in the state and all of that. So
did he have a sex change or something, like genital?
Nah, he ain't had no sex change. He still got all the boy stuff.
Wow.
Well, so there, I read an article not too long ago that there's at least one state high school federation that says you will have to participate in the gender that you're assigned at birth, right? So if you were born a male, then you have to participate in high school sports as a male. If you're born a female, you have to participate in high school sports as a female. And I think that this is where the debate comes in, right? Because if it's you, so I sat through a speaker a couple years back, and trying to make people understand like the difference between like your sex and your gender. So sex is what you have. Like you have a male part and a female part. That's your sex. But your gender is who you are. Are you a woman or are you a man? Right? According to this speaker. And so it's, you know, you can have a male part, like your sex could be male. You could be a man as far as you have a penis, but your gender that you identify with is a woman, is female, because they say, they say they feel like women. Okay, that's a whole different conversation, how you feel like a woman. That's an entirely different conversation. And so I think that where the discussion comes in, it's like, how do you accept these people? Because you have one piece that identifies you as this, but then you identify yourself as that. So where do you fit? In that where the discussion comes in.
You fit whatever your birth certificate say.
And that's where a lot of people are. That's where a lot of people are.
And my thing is, man, if you want to be a girl, you know, go ahead and be a girl. That's your business. I'm not gonna stop you from wearing a dress if that's your thing.
But
you know what?
Dress make you a woman though. That's like why is it wearing a dress?
Because it's in the women's department in the store.
but that does not innately make you a woman though. Like Sly mentioned there earlier, whether you bleed once a month, like that makes you a woman. If you have a cycle, can you carry a child? Can you give birth? Do you have cramps every month when you're like, that's what makes you a woman. Not wearing a dress doesn't make you a woman. Hey, that makes you somebody that likes wearing dresses.
Hey, LeBron, maybe you can chime in on this a little bit. You know, I was a teacher for a while. You know, I was a teacher for 8 years, and you know, I was. You know,
I thought you was gonna say he could chime in because he was thinking about going through the surgery.
Maybe he can talk about that after.
You got me, Sly.
After I finish what I got to say, maybe he can talk about that. But you know, I was 22 maybe, you know, starting teaching, and you know, thought I was just a little tough football player, and oh man, I don't fool with these type of people, you know. I had to learn. It was some kids in elementary school, junior high, age, middle school or whatever that was like that. And I was like, you know, they good people for sure, you know what I mean? But it's like I can't discriminate against these folks. And you know, you think it's a learned trait, and I'm not so sure that it's a learned trait. I think maybe
people will absolutely tell you that it's not something that's learned. It's not something that you choose. People who say they will say I've been like this my entire life. Yeah. And I knew from the beginning that I was this, even though societal norms have said I'm this, I feel this, and I think that I'm this. People they'll absolutely say that. It's not a choice. Yeah. No, they will tell you this is not a choice.
This is going on in pre-K, man.
And
I'm telling you, I had a student. When I was in class, when I was teaching in the classroom, I had a student, man, I already knew. I knew. And I was a pre-K teacher at the time. I knew from his mannerisms to the way he talked, to the way his mom treated him, to the way he tried to act when granddad was around. It was just, you know, even the kids kind of knew.
We all got cousins. Everybody's got that cousin who, what did Chris Rock say? And his stand-up, he was like, we knew he was gay since he was little. He just didn't have nobody to be gay with. You know, like we knew as a child that this cousin didn't fit the masculine norms, right? He didn't fit this, that, and the third. And so I don't think that that's a choice. I don't think that and you know, Black folk, we say, oh, he was raised around his mama and all his aunts and all his cousins. He didn't have no man in his life, and that's why he's that way.
Women.
You know, and that's what Black folks say, right?
You don't think that got a little bit to do with it sometime, though? Sometimes
I believe
I don't know. I don't know. That ain't my story.
All I'm saying is that it is some people that just born like that, man, and you can't hate on them at all, man.
Yeah, and see,
That's
this
what
is. I think this is my thing. I think you gonna be whoever you want to be, and who am I to stop you from being who you want to be? That ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But where I have the problem, what my problem is when it comes to athletics, and you got a dude, who wants to be a woman, who identifies as a woman, and he's literally destroying every record out there that women have and just destroying the competition. It ain't fair. Now
that's what the debate is. Where do you put those people who I was born here but I identify as here? Where do they fall?
You got to participate. You got to participate where you were born, because you can take testosterone suppressing drugs and stuff to bring out more estrogen. You can take all of those drugs, but you can't change your bone structure. You can't change your bone density. And it's just certain advantages that being a man you have over being a woman. It's like certain advantages that a woman has over being a man. A man is just naturally bigger. A woman is just naturally better as a cleaner. Somebody who cleans houses. It's just natural. It takes care of the house.
Hey, Sly.
Don't do this in front of all these people, Sly. Don't do this.
Hey,
miss me with all of this foolishness. No,
I got you, Shauna.
Not doing this with him. I'm not fooling with him. Because I will cuss him. Don't do this.
Sly, that's exactly why we was happy to have you on our team in football. We didn't care what you identified as. As long as you could get out there when Chance gave that damn quick pitch, we didn't care. Just go block. Go sack the quarterback. Make my job easy. Chance say they just threw me the ball straight to me, so thank you, Sly. I appreciate it. I don't care what you identify as. Okay?
But my
you are loved on the RIP 28 podcast.
What's the answer?
Hey, but on the real, I think they should just have their own section. Like, if you got the male.
You want to segregate them?
You want to start a new? You want to start a new like team, Chance?
You want it?
No. Are you going? Yeah. Are you? You can't put them on the girls' side of that.
You want to give them a venue that's separate but equal, huh?
Here you go, Lord.
I'm just saying that.
Brown versus Board of Education over here. She's like, no, y'all get all of these benefits, but y'all bite yourself.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. A bunch of lawsuits.
Breaking all the women records, and he's not a woman. He don't need to be in that category. That's my opinion. And Biden, I think Biden just signed some whatever.
He reversed the previous decision by the previous president that said that those who identify as transgender now can serve in the military. So he reversed the previous president's mandate that they could not. And Biden has said now, if you are identify as transgender, you can serve in the United States military.
I thought that he served that they can play sports and all that, and go in the bathroom and do all that.
Well, that may be the case too, but he definitely said that they could now serve in the military, because previously the previous president said they could not do that.
Well, I mean, the military is one thing, but I don't feel comfortable with my daughter playing ball with a dude that can dunk on her. That ain't cool with me. I'm like, you finna mess my kid's scholarship up because you out here. You the best dude. Well, not dude, the best player on the team. You took my kid's spot. You took my kid's spot, Flash.
You ain't got it.
But you ain't gonna get it,
point, man. You got a point.
You ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it.
You got a point, because eventually it's gonna come down to it. Like, I'm real interested to see this track person. As a matter of fact, I think one of the guy girl, he's in college, and he runs track in Division III. and they were saying like he was ranked Division III. He was ranked like the 500 player in runner in the nation. He was just unheard of in Division III. On the Division III level, he was like 500. But then he switched over to the girls, and now he on every record in the girls. So I'm like, do you still count these records?
No, I just got one thing to say about it. I really don't care as much, but since it is an issue, I think the only reasonably fair way to kind of handle it is if they decide, forget all that identify as a male or female. If you decide to go all the way and change your sex to the same parts, then I would say, okay, maybe it might be a little bit fair because you committed. It's about commitment. So, so all this, I feel like a girl today, or I feel like a boy. Nah, that ain't gonna cut it. Because shoot, what's gonna happen is people gonna start gravitating to race. Oh, I feel like a white guy today. Hey, I should have better credit. I mean, where's it gonna stop? So
I should have better credit.
Hey, you might as well. I feel next time I get pulled over by the cops, I say, "Hold on, man. I'm a white male. I'm good. I'm good. Let me ride."
Which comes full circle back to Atlanta. Comes full circle back to the television show Atlanta.
See, yeah, his show, yeah, when they did the news report thing.
The brother who said he was a 35-year-old white dude.
Yeah,
okay.
I see somebody on Facebook with that picture when he had the blonde hair with some bang. You're like, come on, bro.
yeah, that's the next phase.
If you're gonna do that, you gotta do it a little better.
Wow, man, this has been interesting, man. It's been interesting, man. We're running close to our time, so we won't go ahead and get up out of this thing, man. Like I say, we just try to give a little bit of recap of the week, man. Try to give a little bit of the recap of the week, man. Before we get out of here, man, Chance, you got anything you want to say before you get out of here?
Yeah, I got one thing to say. Donna, you said you was gonna send me a bottle of that.
Uncle Nearest, I got you.
I'll let your boy.
I got you, boo. I got you, Chance. I got you.
I ain't nah, but for real though, man. Shout out to Cicely, Tyson, and Hank Aaron, man. Some real legends in the game. You know, things wouldn't be as good as they were if it weren't for them, and we really do appreciate them. And much love.
All right. What about you, Salt?
Just echo what Chance said about Cicely Tyson, Hank Aaron. They paved the way. If they weren't as great as they were, then a lot of opportunities probably wouldn't have been extended to us. So big ups to them. And just lastly, black is beautiful, and love conquers all. No matter what you look like, identify as, love conquers all.
Amen.
The educator's educator.
Man, I just want to say, heading into Black History, push yourself to learn something besides Malcolm and Martin. Go and dig and find something that you didn't know, no matter who it's about. Go find something that you didn't know, because those were not the only people that helped give us the opportunities we have today. And I would like to say thank you to all our ancestors and those that came before us. Thank you for standing your ground and giving the ultimate sacrifice, which was a lot of times you lost your life for the things that we get to love and appreciate today. I gratefully appreciate you.
Sly Granddaddy was the first dude to start pop locking and stuff.
Small Black History fact. Small Black History fact.
That was a good one.
What's your point?
We gotta put that out there. I just say it.
Cobb, any words?
I say it every time. Love on your people. Life is short. I echo what everybody else said, but love on your people, man. Make sure that you don't take your loved ones for granted. Be grateful for what you have. And tomorrow's not promised, so just make the most of today.
That's right.
Well, it has been another great episode of the RIP 28 podcast. I like to say, man, we're the RIP 28 podcast. It's a spot where a few friends get together. We talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about them here on the RIP 28 podcast. Peace and blessings. We'll see y'all next week.
Holla, holla.
Oh, give a shout out to our man doing the theme music, man. Song Freedom by Hero.
Yo, you on that? You on it.
That's our theme music. A lot of people been asking, but that's him.
Let them sing it, Chance. Let them sing it.
That's a good idea, Mike.
Hey,